जयपुर वाया कोटा।
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत.
Lucknow Junction.
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন. कृपया ध्यान दियो.
After today's knock, Kolkata needs to be rechristened as the city of Jaiswal because it was incredible. My jaw has dropped. I need to put my hands and put it up. I'm lost for words, which is I'm going to go to our Cricbuzz superstars to just put words to this innings. It was incredible what Yashasvi Jaiswal has done. Joy, I know you're a KKR fan, but cricket is the winner and there is no two ways about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that, you know, if it was a boxing match, this would have been called off in the third over. It's a technical knockout. I mean, that first over, Nitish Rana takes it, you know, left arm against, against Jaiswal, take the ball away from him. First ball 6, second ball 6, 2 fours. And I mean, incredible, that 26 run over. From there, they didn't let up once. 78 in the first 6. Take a look at this. Those are the 13 balls he's played. Not a single dot. 6, 6, 4, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 6, 4, 4. It's like a telephone number of old times, you know. 6, 4, 2, 4, 4. So incredible, and not one dot ball played out there. It is a truly incredible innings, and it's one that we are privileged to see. It's not often we saw a great piece of bowling today. We saw some amazing bowling by Chahal, and who's the orange cap holder, purple cap holder.
Cap.
And now we've seen an incredible innings from Jaiswal, who's the orange cap holder. I mean, this, all what Rajasthan's done, one match, win in 6 matches, I think they just wiped that slate completely clean.
You know, the last time, Pommie, I was here is when Jaiswal got 100. I mean, I was also there when he got 100. Michael was sitting there and Michael was going crazy. Even Michael's Twitter today, I think he's already tweeted like 14 tweets for Jaiswal. It's exaggerating, but this kid is somebody who is a bona fide superstar, and we've seen what he's done today again. There's nothing else to talk about in today's game because it's just Jaiswal all the way through.
Yeah, this innings is quite remarkable in that, you know, at the start of it, we said spin. We said it'd be difficult for batters. We said that you couldn't play through the line. And the way he's played that is as if there was one pitch for Kolkata Knight Riders and another pitch for Rajasthan Royals, right from the beginning. And it's not a surprise to us, but it is, if you know what I mean. So he's played well in the season, but this has kind of taken it to another level. And I was saying at the start, you said he started off with a 6 and then hit another 6, right? And I said, I did read somewhere where he said the senior players and the coaches are saying to him that he's just got to commit to what he's doing and be clear in his mind. He's taken that even further. And if there ever was a sort of unleashing, unshackling of a young player, we're witnessing it here this season. And the talent we've always known about, we've always seen before. And a season ago, we'd watch him and say, ooh, he's okay, you know. Could they trust him a bit more? Could he get more of an opportunity? Well, I tell you what, whatever opportunity he got this time, he's grabbed it and he's running with it. That was quite incredible.
Joy, you know, he's spoken about how he's spent time at Zubin Bharucha a lot, and he's used a whole lot of balls. He plays with a wet rubber ball. That's how he practices, with a wet rubber ball, with a double tape ball, with a plastic ball, with a synthetic ball. Today it look like you can get a plastic ball, you can get a leather ball, you can get whatever ball you want, because we spoke so much about Varun Chakravarti. It almost looked like we didn't even know who's bowling because he was just so dominant.
It didn't matter. And amazing, okay? His captain on the other end has got 48 of 29 at a strike rate of 165. And you didn't notice him at all.
He looked pedestrian.
It is absolutely incredible. So the quality of that innings, you just have to say, and some of that stroke making, you know, 2 parts of it. One is, you know, lofting because the field is going up. Some of the fierceness of the cutting and the, you know, driving was just absolutely incredible, you know. And I think that's what he has. He has power and placement, and that's a rare combination. And of course, he has that look, you know, when he's hit it and he gives you that look. I just love his competitiveness. I really believe he's ready for India now. I mean, not to play a talent like this as soon when he's the kind of form he is now would be an absolute shame.
You know, I've spoken about this earlier because Michael told us, and I read up a few things. He's got those tattoos of "I believe" written. He believes clearly, but you know, he doesn't have the forearms of a Faf du Plessis. He doesn't have the muscle of a Russell, but he just seems to clear the boundary with such ease.
One, long levers, tall lad, and able to use them well. Two, timing. He has that gift. So even though he has the timing, he also still does hit the ball quite hard. So you get this combination then of a tall guy who has timing and has power. And it's what I'm looking for superlatives, right? Like, it's wonderful to watch when he's going. With it all, because of how tall he is, this sort of lazy and languid elegance there is to it. Sometimes it doesn't look like he's hit the ball and it goes sailing over the ropes for 6. It's just beautiful to watch. And then what Joy spoke about just now, where there's also what we'd call a bit of mongrel in him. You watch him, and when there's a bit of a contest, he revels in it. So some people will kind of not so much shrink back, but will kind of be poker-faced and not want to make like they're being drawn into the fight. He doesn't do that. He comes at you. He is quite happy to say, oh, you really want to go? Let's go, right? You and me, right now we can do it. And it's a quality as well to be able to do that and still stay in control of what you're doing. And tonight, he was fully in control of absolutely everything. Throw in the fact that he runs Butler out, right? He runs him out, and it doesn't stall him. It does not stall him at all. In fact, it seemed like it spurred him on, which is, man, in a big scenario, big game that this is, crunch time, that's big match temperament.
You know, Joy, because you mentioned that there was somebody else who batted, I suddenly realized, yes, there was a Sanju Samson who I am a big fan of, but we didn't even realize that he was there because of what Jaiswal did. But we see 48 from 29 balls striking and 165 just was there supporting him. That 121-run partnership they had together.
This is what he's doing so well since the last season. I have to say, he's that maturity that now when Butler gets going, he takes that back seat and still scoring at 165-70. But you know, Butler looks as if he's the man in the crease. Jaiswal there, Jaiswal dominating. He's there. And at any point, if Jaiswal got out, he would have picked up and he would have stepped on the pedal like that. But he bats so beautifully now. He bats like a captain should. He was always a talented batsman, but he's got that strategic vision of the game of where it is now and what he needs to do right now. I also liked one more thing, which is young Suyash Sharma. You know, 3 overs for 22. In fact, and a little bit of a go with Yashasvi Jaiswal. And then that last ball that he just tried to fire it down the leg side to get a 4-leg by, not a 4-leg buys, 4 buys, wide buys actually, just to make sure that Jaiswal wouldn't reach his century.
But well, there was Sanju there who blocked it smartly.
Yeah, Sanju went out there and went there just to block it. And any Indian supporter would remember there's a player, Sri Lankan bowler called Suraj Ranadev. One of our Cricbuzz commentators was almost on a century. Sehwag was almost on a century. Exactly the same thing happened. Huge no ball, of course, that Suyash didn't do. But I'm very certain Suyash tried
to. You get a what you'd call, I suppose, a naughty streak, which is, you'd say, that's okay. And it's fun. It's the competitive side of things. Sometimes, though, it can kind of shift onto the wrong side of the edge.
No, but then he had that smile and he had that cheeky smile.
Everyone's laughing and it was all good in the end.
Because he blocked it.
Because he blocked it,
Had that gone for a wide
there might have been different emotions from the batters. Was it to go, you know, all the way to the fence and wides and the game?
You saw how wide it was.
Yeah. He had to run across there. But overall, Sanju Samson's had a really good day. He won the toss, and then even with his captaincy, we spoke about how he kind of marshaled his bowlers correctly, and then of course he comes out with the bat, plays that best supporting player role.
Say that again. We like this. Well, what was that?
I just slipped. It just slipped. But today's Oscar day.
I think that's the best way to put it. Actually, I think gives everybody exactly what you mean. Best supporting actor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It
He
was
did a very-
because there was only one star of the show.
Yeah,
starring.
superstar of the show.
Yeah, but if you look at it, if you look at these not 40 overs, 33 overs that we've had, 33.2 overs, where there was not one situation where Kolkata was ahead.
Yes.
There was not one time in this entire game. From start to finish, Rajasthan's done the running. They held their catches, that fantastic catch, finish it off. After that first over, the moment Hetmeyer caught that catch of Jason Roy, there was not one more point in that match where you say Kolkata is looking the team which is ahead at that stage. And that's the domination of Rajasthan today. And this is something that will stand them in great stead. Crunch match, lost so many matches. You've scored well and you still lost matches. You've not had good death bowling. Today you gave away 33, 34 runs in 5 overs in the death. And you came back and you batted like champions with your orange cap of last year getting out in the first 3 overs for duck.
And this is what we asked at the beginning, right? What about the experience? Because they're battle hardened. And even Jaiswal, who we might look at and say is a young player. No, he's been around some time. He's scored runs domestically, not just in this format.
Under 19 India.
In other formats as well. So it's not as if we're looking at a team here where you think, oh, you know, fly by night, this one might do it and they'll have a good day. If they generally put it together, they're not a simple team to knock over. They're not a simple team to turn over. And when it comes to the crunch, those who've been there before and have succeeded before are able to stand up. And that's what's happened today, I think.
You know, when my mark sheet used to come, my report card used to come, I used to go to my parents at 4 in the morning saying that just sign it quickly because I didn't want them to see it. That's how my producer's behaving today because they're Kolkata fans. They don't want to talk about the bowling card. They're just behaving like, okay, let's just not talk about it. And they're not even bringing it up at all.
Well done on outing there.
Well, nothing to speak about, but Joy, I know it hurts. It hurts.
No,
but
I think what you're looking at is a Kolkata team. Again, that makes, you don't see economy rates, though they're single overs, you don't see economy rates of 26 and 20 often. And Shardul Thakur also went for 15.42 in exactly 1.4. So I think, look, Varun Chakravarti is the big one. He was their main bowler, comes in the 4th, 5th over. He's the one, if anyone had a chance of doing anything, we said Varun Chakravarti. We all agreed Varun Chakravarti was the key. And they took him for almost 9.5 runs and over. Once that happened, I think the rest of it is meaningless because none of the others really had a chance considering the quality of batting. But I'll tell you one thing about this Kolkata team. Their domestic talent has not let them down.
Yeah.
I think where they've been in a situation, they've been difficult. So I feel the Rinku Singhs of this world, the Nitish Ranas of this world, they've played their part. The Suyash Sharma is definitely, the Varun Chakravarti is definitely. I think just their international talent and their marquee talent. Shardul, they paid 10 crores for Shardul. They haven't got value there. They haven't bought value from Shardul. I really feel they haven't got value from Venkatesh Iyer either. And I think that is where that Kolkata game plan is.
I think even a Lockie Ferguson has been used just twice, if I'm not wrong, for
22
the money
crores,
they've used.
23 crores, Shardul Thakur, Lockie Ferguson, Gurbaz. How much have they given you?
Yeah.
That is really where Kolkata's back was broken this year.
Well, we'll have a look at the points table because my report card, my maths was very bad. So the points table, I'm going to leave it to you all because Rajasthan go up to 3 with that run rate now. Of course, this probably is the end of the road for Kolkata. If even a mathematical miracle can't really save them.
So I think the big thing, and this is why the way that Jaiswal played and the fact that Rajasthan chased this down in 13 and a bit overs is particularly important. In a logjam, invariably, and season after season we see it, it's normally been for just one position where the net run rate becomes an issue. But this time around, I don't think it's only going to be one position. We have a scenario where it could be a case of 2 positions, right, that are going to be decided on net run rate. So teams with the same points, but the 3 and 4, same points, 5, and maybe even 6. So, yeah, it's wonderful that they've done. So often we say at the beginning of a season, don't wait till, the end of the season to try and address net run rate. When you get into situations where you can address it,
Just go
address
for
it.
it. Yeah.
Win the game, win it early, and all of that. And yes, situation sometimes doesn't allow, but it's got to be in the back of everybody's mind that the quicker you can do it, the better, because then it helps. And it becomes a point, sometimes even two, when you get to the back end, and it's a log jam and you're trying to get into the qualifier for the last place.
In fact, that's why I was really happy with what happened just now, because Yashasvi Jaiswal, he blocked, Sanju Samson blocked it to allow Jaiswal to go. But the moment the first ball came, he didn't wait for a sixth ball. Think he could have waited for 3-4 more balls to see if something. He didn't wait. He got the first opportunity. He hit it for 4. He finished it, and he was happy with himself. He was not distraught that he didn't get a century. And I think that's the way the game has to be played. If you're going to put team ahead of yourself, that's the only way Rajasthan's going to make it through. And I think today was a thumping recognition of the fact that when they play as a team, they're one of the most dangerous teams. They've sort of justified why people rated them so high.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing, every season you have teams, they'll have a run against them. Now Rajasthan's run was a particularly bad one. 1 out of 6 is a particularly bad one. But if they get out of this, they'll be very strong because they know that, we were in real trouble and we played our way out of this. And I think that's important. The 2 upcoming games still remain vital because, they're just 6 and 6. They need both wins. Bangalore in Bangalore should be literally a knockout match. And
But Bangalore's at home, I think. So
Bangalore's at home, yeah. That I think is... No, this is Rajasthan is at home because Bangalore is still, I think, till the 21st, Bangalore is not playing at home.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, it's in Rajasthan's home.
Yeah, Rajasthan.
Bangalore come, the home is confusing. I meant it comes to Rajasthan's home.
And then the Punjab match. But these two have to be, they're still more must-wins. There's nothing has changed for them that way. But the run rate definitely would make them feel a lot better.
But for Kolkata, whatever they do, they go to 14. Even if they win their next 2 games with the best run rate, they'll still just reach 14. And, well, there's nothing that can save them now.
Yeah, 14 looks a bit unlikely under these circumstances. And both the other 2 teams you see out there, by that time, Lucknow's fate would have been decided one way or the other. 14 would be interesting because, they will be playing Chennai, and Chennai has an extremely important game for them because they want to get to that second place to avoid the eliminator.
But if you have to talk about another big game that's going to happen tomorrow, because I think now every day is going to be a big game. It's almost like a big game tomorrow, but every day.
Long jam, yeah.
Yeah.
every
So
day is a
the
big day.
traffic jam is not only at reaching the Wankhede Stadium, but the traffic jam is on the points table because Mumbai take on Gujarat, match number 57 at Mumbai. Again, do or die for Mumbai. I mean, it's just that position where everyone wants to win. Gujarat wants to win because they want to secure themselves in the top 2. So this is a, go for it all kind of a game.
It is, but having said that, Mumbai can still afford to lose 1 and they still have 2 more games in hand to get to that 16. So it's not as dire. Gujarat is safe. I mean, at this point in time, you can't see 16 not qualifying. Very difficult for it. Again, mathematically, you can find a way where 16.
Yeah, but they just want that queue. It feels good, no?
Yeah, they feel that queue and they want that 1 or 2. They definitely want. But that's the thing. That Mumbai still, even if they lose this, they can go through. But if they win this, they're really in pole position. And I think, again, this is going to be a very interesting match because of the way these 2 teams stack up. Mumbai, again, huge resurgence now. Both teams coming off winning matches. Both teams looking a bit in form. Mumbai is like that this thing. Score as much as you want to. I've got the batting. My boys will do it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how they're looking at every match.
We'll have a look at Mumbai's squad because I think Tilak Verma will be fit for tomorrow. So the question comes now, where does he fit in?
Oh,
so for me, that's a question of problem of plenty.
It is very much a problem of plenty because of what's happened with him not playing. So he didn't play, and it was a surprise when he didn't play at Chennai, I think it was. And Nehal Vadera played well there in a losing cause, but he played decently and he got a half century. And you sort of thought, wonder, how do you kind of gauge this half century? And you couldn't, it was his first one. It looked like he was okay and he could play, and you kind of weren't sure. Has he kind of come up under the pressure or not able to tell. But then the innings he played next just said, hold on, if you weren't sure, this will give you some sort of idea. I mean, to be able to say in an innings where once again Surya Kumar Yadav puts on a show and you're able to notice that there's this youngster at the other end and is going toe-to-toe with him. When I say toe-to-toe, not the same, but noticeable, memorable, for all the right reasons. He played particularly well. So which one do you go with? That's the question. Because Tilak Varma, my goodness. And when you say a problem of playing, there are a few of these youngsters around actually in this season who you watch and you think, my goodness, how are these guys doing this? And batting in the difficult position of being 5 and 6 and having to boss the middle and the back end. So yeah, good luck.
I think there's a way they can fight their way out of it. If you could put up that team again. So you go Rohit, Surya, Ishan, Nehal, and Tilak Varma. Take out Tristan Stubbs. You've got Cameron Green and Tim David out there. Then you got Piyush Chawla, Jason Behrendorff, and Akash Madwal. So what happens is that you play the extra batsman when you're batting, and when you're bowling, you have the option of, so you're playing with only 3 international players. Cameron Green, Tim David, and say Behrendorff. And then you have the option of putting in a Jordan or a Riley Meredith at the bowling. So Vadera bats, and one of these guys, either a Meredith or a Chris Jordan, comes into bowl.
And they've done that before. I think they in seasons past where they'd just have the 3, no trouble. And fair enough. And they're now in the position from last season where when we looked at their side, we continually wondered, what are you doing? Why aren't you playing these guys that you bought? In terms of their batting particularly, right? Why aren't you playing these guys? Now, actually, you look at the lineup in terms of the Indian batters, and the youngsters are going, oh, hey, we're ready to go. If you want us to go, we'll go. And tell you what, we could go even better than some of the internationals. So you need to pick us. And that's a nice position to be in, even though you have that problem of plenty. And I think when teams work out and can kind of process in their mind, they know it, but must also enforce and kind of happily go with the, don't have to have 4 overseas. If you've got good Indian talent, play the good Indian talent. Makes things easier, gives you the options in terms of substitute as well.
We'll have a look at Gujarat squad now, because they come off that big game where there was Riddhiman Saha and Shubman Gill who just went all guns blazing, and even the Indian talent there has been performing. So Vijay Shankar has been coming to the party, Rahul Tewatia has come into the party, or again the 4 overseas players, David Miller. So this team just feels like somebody or anybody is given the opportunity, they put their hand up.
Absolutely. And Alzari Joseph has now come in. He's going to take over the place that Joshua Little had, and therefore he's going to give you raw pace to a certain extent, which in the Wankhede will be a pretty hand. It'll be Alzari Joseph, remember, got 6 for 12 on his debut for Mumbai. Mumbai. So I think he'll enjoy the conditions out there. This is a very, very good side. And the difference between here and this is not a very wanted batting side on paper, but it's a very, very strong batting side. But this bowling, I think, outmatches Mumbai by a far margin. I think that's the difference. So Mumbai must just either put so much on the board that they can defend it, or, keep them within 200. And I think 200 has been an easy chase for Mumbai this season.
It has been an easy chase, but when you think of Mohammad Shami and that ball moving around, and Wankhede, it does move around, it's got good bounce. And I don't want to say this, it's hurting to say this, but Rohit Sharma is just not seeming to fire.
That's where I was going to go, actually, that the trouble for them is Rohit's form. However, they require him fully so for his captaincy, because he's calm and very calm under pressure and able to marshal them. The good thing when they have this batting lineup that's so long is that he knows that he can't kind of dawdle in there to try and work it out that way. He's got to almost hit himself out of form so that he doesn't waste any deliveries. I mean, his quality, and should he get going at any point, whoever catches it, if and when he does, is going to feel the wrath, sort of thing. But yeah, their saving grace, as I say, is that this batting lineup is very long, and generally, as you say, 200's not been enough. About GT, I'd say, it's kind of copy-paste from last season. Fly under the radar, get all the points. Everyone's wondering how you're doing it. You just keep doing it. And you look and you say, which ones are the stars? There's this one, there's that one. Is it their captain? Is it the batting? Is it the bowling? Is it fast bowlers? Is it spinners? Are they good fielders? Look at the keeper. Look at the openers. And it's a side that just keeps doing it and doing it over and over again. So once again, you can't say a word against them in that you can't say they're not going to do it because it just looks like they are doing it. You can ask, as we did last season, hey, have they peaked too early? But it's not even a peak because it's just kind of this constant performance as they keep going. So yeah, good to watch these two match up because one side is kind of seemingly on the rise. So that's quite good as Mumbai sort of turn up and are playing decently to see how they go against Gujarat.
Well, we had a constant horrible performance today with our predictions. So we are going to go and predict, not we, you all are going to do the prediction of your players to watch out for tomorrow.
I would really like to see, I think for Mumbai, the key is again Surya Kumar Yadav because he is that difference between that 180 and the 220. He is very important to them. I think so. I think he's a huge factor. And hey, who wouldn't like to see Hardik back in the Wankhede? Old stomping ground, he's got a point to prove.
I was going there, but I'm gonna go with Shubman.
Another beauty.
Yeah, lovely to watch, isn't he?
He's just so beautiful.
We haven't stopped saying that this season. Like if we go through all the teams, we're picking out 2 and 3, sometimes youngsters, sometimes not, who are just magnificent to watch. So, hey, it's blockbuster.
Blockbuster it is. We are now going to give you all that blockbuster questions answer because Mr. Joy Bhattacharya, I had totally forgotten the question.
Okay, in which specific set? 2 current franchise coaches in 2nd and 3rd place. Cricbuzz commentator and another franchise coach in joint 7th. And I'll tell you who the 2nd place is, Kumar Sangakkara. 3rd place is Brian Lara. And in 7th place, joint 7th place, Sehwag and Ricky Ponting. Those are test double centuries.
Wow.
Yeah, and Sangha has got a disproportionate amount of them. Sehwag has got so many. Lara is in 2nd.
I didn't realize he has 11 double centuries.
Yeah, Sangha.
I tell you what, Sangha is one of those sort of flies under the radar. Nobody says a whole lot.
He's just
Proper.
Did you know that answer though?
That he had that? No, I didn't know the answer to that. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know that. And remember, I said when we started, I said Stephen Fleming. You know, and I was going left-handers actually.
Yeah.
I was thinking,
That
also, he captained a lot,
yeah. So I was thinking left-handers.
But I'm sure we have a whole lot of answers. We never know. The people on these red chests don't seem to have the answers. But everyone who's at home, you all clearly have a lot of answers to all of Joyce's questions. But who's the one who's given it quickest?
Kaustav Pathak has been around. I've seen him the name before. Well done, Kaustav.
One of your neighbors, Joy.
How many neighbors can I have? I mean, at the rate I'm going, you people think I have 30 Twitter accounts I run on the side. Yeah. Take the phone.
Take phones.
Just checking his phone.
But I have to tell you all that it's been a historic day for many reasons. One, of course, with what Yuzi did, he's become the highest wicket taker. One with what Jaiswal's done, the quickest half century. But another record we've set is that we finished the IPL game and our show at 11:05.
Ooh.
That is a
What am I going to do the rest of the evening?
No, the rest of the evening is going to be a lot of partying because we've got 2 youngsters in the house who are going to go and paint the town pink because that's what Jaipur
the colour of the day.
Jaipur pink. Yes.
So thank you very much for making this historic day so quick. It was a lot of fun. I will be seeing both of you all tomorrow.
Indeed.
I will, right?
Absolutely.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
We'll be fresh and ready to go.
We'll be fresh and ready because they'll be partying out late in the night, but they are just 20, 22, so they can do that. I'll go home and sleep. Honestly, I didn't think there would be anything sweeter than the sea salt ice cream we ate. But then I saw Jaiswal's innings and I realized that, well, there are things sweeter than the sea salt ice cream. So thank you, Jaiswal. Jai ho, Jaiswal. That's all for now, but we will see you tomorrow. So good night and goodbye.
Jaipur via Kota.
कृपया ध्यान आपको अहमदाबाद
दिल्ली में आपका स्वागत
Lucknow Junction,
ನಿಲ್ದಾಣದ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೊರಟಿರುವರೈ
হায়দ্রাবাদ 50 এক্সপ্রেস পরবর্তী স্টেশন নেতাজি ভবন।
कृपया ध्यान दो